Hey guys, are you all alright? Right, front end off the BMW. I've started undoing the twist grip and switch gear straight away. What a puzzle. Oh my. Talk about crazy design. This is the craziest switch gear design I've ever come across. So let's have a look at this. I was going to take it off, so we'd just get on with it from there, but I thought I'd share this. So on this, you take the bar end off. I've took that off. There's probably some things you don't have to do, I don't know, but I'm taking it all apart. So that off, the throttle cable, housing off, one screw in there, and then the mirror off. That's got a like a fixing under there that's a pain to get to. Then there's a screw in there. I thought that's got to be it, it's got to come on clip now. No, there's a screw completely hidden away under there that you have to get to. Then that comes off. Then you've got a fixing inside clamping it to the handlebars. Then you've got this fixing here clamping an extra tube to the handlebars. Why, I do not know. That seems a bit pointless, but it's got one. And then you can sort of get all that off. So I'm at that stage now where I've just undone that one. Let's get that out of the way, and I think, yeah, it's finally coming off. Well, he says. Well, got a bit of build-up of muck occurring there. Let's undo that a bit more. Where's me thing? Oh, there's the new handlebars. I built them up last night. I done the 300-mile round trip to go and pick the stepdaughter up. I left at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got back and I fell asleep. I had a little granddad nap. I'm allowed to do that now, aren't I? That turned into several hours. So here I'm making a start again the following day. Right, where was I? I'm losing everything again. This, we need this. Undo that a bit more. Right, surely that's got it. These cylinder heads are brilliant. They make cracking little tables while you're working on the bike. Oh, looks like we got heated grips. Oh, it's not having heated grips on again. I'm not doing it. I don't want them. Oh, looks like they go up in the handlebars here, look. Okay. I will try and rescue them, and then we'll get rid of them. So how do we undo the heated grips? If that's just wires going in there, and then we threw down here, they must have put the plug on afterwards. I'm gonna end up taking the whole bars off as a unit, I know, but I just wanted to try and take stuff on get my words out. I wanted to take stuff off individually so I can list it on eBay. Right, let me see how that wire comes out. I snipped it. I snipped the heated grips. Like I say, it's not having them back on. In how many years of riding? Well, riding since 1978, I've had heated grips on one bike. I think I'll be all right. So yeah, all that's off. What an amazing, that's a sarcastic amazing, design that is. Just for all that, and the way you have to get it all off. Unbelievable. And then this bit, so that comes off. I'm not taking that off, I'm just going to pop that side out and get the bars off. That's quite crazy. So in the design office at BMW, they've gone, we need some handlebar switches, but make them as difficult as possible. Fluent German, as you can tell. Anyway, let's get the other side off. Blue's had some crash bars fitted. Hello, mate. Good lad. Right, I've got to get all the other side undone as well, because I've got to get the choke cable out. That's going to be interesting. So the choke cable, obviously we want one back on, but I'm going to rig some up. I don't want it on the handlebars. As you see, these are the new handlebars that we've got set up. I'm very, very pleased with them. Obviously we're brightening the bike up. We're going to have all BMW colours and everything. These are proper motocross handlebars. We've got the big pad so you can headbutt the handlebars and get away with it. All sorted. The only thing that I'm going to put on these now is some handlebar guards. Some hand guards. I think they'll go just on this little area here, because I want the ends open. I don't want the ones that come all the way around, although I know they are stronger. But if I do ferry this bike around at all in the van, the way I strap them down is straps that go over the handlebars, and I have to keep on doing all that to get it strapped down in the van. So I'm going to have open-ended ones. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with them. Looking good. Anyway, back to the choke. I keep getting sidetracked. What I'm going to do is set up a choke somewhere actually on the bike, but a similar choke to like on a car. So I'll build the cables up, make a little bracket for it, get a nice little choke lever, and make it similar to, like I say, what's on the old cars. Cars don't have chokes no more, do they? I'm showing my age again now, granddad. So I'll set something on the bike like that so it's off the handlebars. Obviously we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. In the meantime, I've got to get the choke cable out of here, and then I'm just going to take the bars off and leave all that on there for now. Right, I'm trying to get the choke cable off. Even that is crazy. So I think someone has glued the heated grips on. So they've got a little screw in the top here, which I've got out, and a little screw in the bottom, which I've got out. And this is absolutely stuck solid, unless I'm missing something else. I don't know. So I've got one screw out, the little housing for the choke cable, but I need to get at that one there. But obviously the heated grip, it's in its path and I can't get at it. So I think it's cut and destroy time. I've got no choice. I'm going to have another go at it. But this is like on a tube, similar to a sort of throttle tube by the look of it. And undoing these screws, it should come off from what I can see. But it's not. And there's been remnants of glue all round here. To be fair, the screws weren't holding it very well, so I think someone stripped the threads and glued it on. Obviously thinking, oh, I'll never have to take that apart, I'll just glue it. So I'm going to try and break the bond, or it's cut it off time just to get at the cable. Because literally I've got to take that off and then I can release the handlebars and get everything off in one chunk. Right, I think we have finally severed everything. That was crazy. I've been on that about 2 hours trying to get everything off. That's got to be the craziest design I've ever seen. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Yeah, absolutely nuts. I'm hoping that is everything, and these bars are just going to pull off now. We'll soon find out. Do you know I said I was going to make this so it was reversible? I can't see that happening. I don't particularly want to put this back together. Oh, is that it? That is it. Please, nothing else be connected. Yay! At last! Right, sort of moving forward. I've got a few things loose, but I have some concerns. Well, not concerns, because, yeah, if I can't do this, the grinder's coming out. Simple as that. So, this. To get at that, we had a rubber cap, a great big circlet that holds that in place, another plastic cap, just to get at the fixing, which I may add, I think it's been done up with a 4 mile long breaker bar. That thing is solid. Unbelievably solid, but we'll tackle that. Ain't a problem. It will come undone. So we got the front shock undone, got the bolt loose there, we got the nut off the top, I've got that nut loose, sorry, that's loose. Now these, I've just took the caps off these, and obviously someone's been in here before, I guess, fork seal service, things like that. So these are connected to there, as you can see them turning, but all them nuts are chewed right up. I am not holding much hope that I'm going to get a grip on them. I hope, well, yeah, hopefully I can, fingers crossed. Worst scenario, I don't want to, I will cut through them. I'm at that stage. I've been battling on for hours trying to undo and take things off this bike, keeping it all intact, keeping it all in order, to have saleable items, as you know, to help fund the build. So I'm hoping these little nuts will come off here. They don't look very good, to be honest. And then hopefully, if I get that undone and that undone there, I should be able to pop the front out. This one, again, I'm not holding much hope out for that one, but we'll cross that bridge in a moment. Yeah, I'm going to get a socket and see if they're going to behave themselves. Right, moving forward by several hours. Yeah, this front end is never, ever, ever, ever going back in this bike again. I know I said I'll make it reversible, but yeah, not for me. Anyway, as you can see, front wheels out. I've got the top yoke off. I'll go through everything that I had to do in a moment. Hello, Blue. And the last thing is this big wishbone telelever thingy we've got to get off. I've just had a feel of that, and that is insanely tight. So this now should be one nut, he says. Yes, Oh no, one nut on a wire. Oh, let's get that bloke. Go on mate, let me buy. There we go. At last. Ooh, they just put Ooh, how about that? They just pull straight out and spray oil everywhere. Obviously it's just that Telelever that holds them in place then. Oh boy. Right, let's have a look at some of the stuff. That was getting so close for me going through the forks with the grinder. So close, but we managed it. So then, there is the top yoke. So them holes there, which are I believe about 10 mil, are where these little spindles come through off the fork legs there and go through. So we'll little one go through there like so, and the nuts holding that on were absolutely stuck solid. Then we've got the center bit there, which as you can see is just like on a wheel bearing, and that, let's flip this over, is on that, which bolts straight into the, we'll call it the yoke still, so in theory it is, and that just bolts straight into there. That's basically what holds that on. That is it. I've got to get the ignition off, but that's on security bolt, so that's going to be another job. But we'll sort that out. It's off. The nuts on these were chewed up anyway, so I just couldn't get anything to grip onto them. Now you look at the state of the nuts, which I've made them worse, by the way. I've literally had to hammer an undersized socket on there several times to get a grip and get them undone. As you can see, they are now completely destroyed. They were insanely tight, but we got them off in the end. Now I'm trying my utmost best to save what I can off this, so it's sellable. I can sell stuff off it to, like I say, it all helps out with the project, whatever I sell. So I'm trying my best not to destroy stuff that I'm taking off, but I was getting so close to just going straight through that with the grinder. I really was, but we got there in the end. So yeah, it's a very odd setup, and I think the most bizarre thing is just the switchgear on the handlebars. That's just crazy. All that setup is absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything like that at all. So all we've got now is we've got to get this undone. And I haven't got a workshop manual at the moment. I really need to get one, especially when I start messing with the wires. So it's just a bit of guesswork at getting this thing to pieces. I ain't sure if this is a spindle all the way through or not. I do not know, but we'll find out, because that's next. As you can see, this is all that holds that front end in, and this is completely hollow. Look, get my hand up there. Nothing up there at all. Oh look, I don't know if you'll see, that's a bit dark, isn't it? That's the one that the shock goes through, and the one further back here, as you can see, that is where that nut does up for the top yoke. And this, how thick's that? It's all alloy. You can see around here, look, there's just nothing to it. What's that? It varies in thickness. That's probably about 8 mil thick there. This is probably about 5mm thick here. So there's now to it. You see, and they just come down on these, down to here, bolts there, and bolts at the back there. It's quite scary really, isn't it? Obviously it works, obviously it's tried and tested, and that's the bit I'm really looking forward to, doing the fabrication so we can put some normal forks in it, and hopefully it's all going to work and it's going to start looking really good. So yeah, this is all obviously flapping around in midair now, so we just got to take the pivot point, undo that, and see if we can get that off. And I think I explained before what I'm going to do, because we've only got that and that, all this being alloy, is bring another one down and into this here. So we're going to have 3 mounting points on the bit I build, and I see some of you are pointing me in the direction of the one that's been done. What's it called? H something 2. Oh god, my memory's going again. Yes, I have looked at that a lot, and it's a cracking bit of kit. So basically what I'm doing here will be sort of an older version of that, because obviously that's been done out of a much later model, and I've not seen it done much, this idea that we're doing, but it has been done a few times and it's been very successful, and apparently it turns it into a really, really usable off-road bike. I know it'll have its limitations, everything has its limitations at the end of the day, but looks alone it should look better. And you know, I said it before, I get a few people who are watching have got these and they are capable off-road, but again they do have limitations, and hopefully we're just going to push the boundary of that up a little bit with what we're doing to it. I'll say them later ones that have been done, I've videos of them off-road, and yeah, they look really good, really good. Anyway, let's see if we can get this other bit off, the last bit, and then that's it. I'm going to call it a day on this at that, and then the next video we'll be looking into getting all this off and then sorting a jig out to build our new one on, so we've got everything correct. Numbers, I know people have asked about the numbers. Yes, there will be numbers going on the bit I done. I know, yes, as I said before, it's all a little bit of a grey area. I know that, but yeah, we do push it a little bit doing custom bikes, don't we? And we do get away with it, sort of. But yes, there's numbers going into my bit, but they're going to be engraved so they're all nice and neat, so it don't look like some dodgy, widdly, horrible stamping. I've got a guy not far from here I'm going to make a separate plate for and get him to put it all in nice and neat, and that will be going into the fabrication that we're doing for this front end. Anyway, let's try and get this last bit off. Ooh, falling over. Right, onto the Telelever thingy, wishbone. So I don't know if you'll see that. On this side we've got a big bolt head, and on this side I thought was a big sort of Allen head spindle that was going through. Turns out that's just a cover. Yeah. Great big hoofing thing just for a cover for the other bolt head. So now I'm hoping 2 decent sockets on there, and that's going to come undone. Fingers crossed. Right, that took a bit of shifting, but we have got it loose at last. I'm hoping there's nothing else weird about this thing, and these come out and this thing comes off. It's been a long day fighting this big ball of weirdness. I think we're winning. let's hope I'll get this undone. Oh, there goes one knot. Right, in theory then, dare I say it, yes, that feels like what it should be doing. That's feeling more like it. Yes. Right, please just slide off. Oh, yes. At last, we've got it. Woohoo! Okay, all sorted. I think that'll do me for today. It's been a long day. It's gone 7 o'clock in the evening, I think. So there we all are. We'll get a weigh in the next video. See, that's quite a chunk again that's come off it, that's not going back on it. So I'm feeling quite optimistic about actually getting a weight loss on this bike. I know in other areas it's probably going to gain a bit, but hopefully the end result, it'll lose more on what we gain. So yeah, you can obviously see that a lot better now. I've got it up on the ramp. That big weird bracket that's be coming off it in the next video. So it shouldn't take too much getting off, he says. I thought the front end would come off easy. It's literally took me all day fighting seized nuts and bolts and weirdness, figuring out how it all comes apart. I must get a workshop manual on this thing, especially for the wiring, so we can figure that out. But it's a good chunk done today. It's definitely, well, I guess it looks like it's going to go backwards before it looks like it's going forward, but it is progress at the end of the day. So we got all the front end down there. I may as well leave all that in one piece as it is. So yeah, Enfield wise, I know people are going to ask, Trace is flat out on printing and processing and all that. I think she ran out of paper today. She's been out and got paper. So yeah, we are flat out on that so we can get this draw done, because I am actually desperate now to get the bike out the shed. It's there. I'm worried to death about something falling on it, marking it or something. So yeah, I am desperate to get it out of this shed, just like you guys are desperate for the draw video. And again, best of luck to you all, and that should be, fingers crossed, this week. I'll say Tracy is flat out on it, getting everything sorted, so then I can get you all in there and do that last video. So this, I think next, like I say, next we will take this off and we'll start putting some sort of jig together, so what I build is absolutely bang on with the correct rake and everything. Obviously all the whole fixing points all in the correct place, and yes, we are going to have an extra one. However I do it, I don't know yet, but we're going to have 3 mounting points on this. So I see a few of you are pointing out guys that have done this. Yes, I've looked at all of them. Obviously it all helps sow that seed with the idea. One of them sells that bit of frame, all in tube work. I'm definitely making my own. It works out nearly £1,600. That's what he sells them for, and that's not powder coated, and it's not included anything else. No front, no forks, no yokes, no nothing. It literally is just the tube work. Just shy of £1,600 for that bit of, yeah, frame up there. So I think I've got to go and get a couple of bits of material for when we start this. I've got all the main tubes, as you know. I've done the headstock. I'm just gonna have the mounting points, so I've got to go and get some solid bar actually to turn the mounting points down. So if you look on the later GS's, a lot of the framework, how that fits to the engine and everything, it's done really neat. Very similar to on the Telelever. It's all mounted with pieces like that with the framework coming off. That's how I'm going to do this, because it looks really good, and it makes the job quite simple doing it like that actually. So I've got to go and get some solid bar and turn some of them, we'll call them cups. We'll turn them cups down for all our tube work to fit onto that. That's it. I've got the centre stand off as well. Got a nice big void there to build the exhaust up however we want it. That's it. It looks a little bit different now. But this should this should tart. Oh, it's getting late. I can't talk proper. Not that I can talk proper anyway. This should start taking shape fairly quickly. It should. But yeah, like I say, now I am desperate to do that draw, get this gone to the lucky winner so I can start fabricating in here, because now it's raining pretty much every day, and obviously it can't go outside, and I can't do any grinding and welding here with that stuck there, because it'd be just my luck, some sparks will hit it and then that's it. I don't even want to think about that. Don't even want to think about it. But anyway, thank you all so much for all the wonderful messages when I announced the granddad thing. I'm still going through some of them actually. Thank you all so much for that. It's much appreciated. Exciting times for a change in the family unit. That would be nice. Yeah, thank you all for that. And again, thank you everyone for all your support, all your messages, all the patrons, all the people buying things off eBay. It all goes to helping out, keep this going, and I appreciate you all immensely. And if anybody's after any BMW bits, keep an eye out. So I'm just starting to list the first few on eBay, and I will continue with that till I've got rid of everything that I want to get rid of. Plus there's more stuff that I'm putting on as well over time, because it's all going to be a part of the end goal with this bike, to try and keep it. Hopefully the granddad thing won't cost me too much money. I can hear you laughing. I know. I've got to get prepared for it. But hey-oh, we'll battle on and see what happens. That's all we can do. Anyway, I'm going. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.